Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome for anyone who is tuning in live. I am here today to talk about a subject that I think most people or many people are pretty resistant to talk about in the open forum, and that is money. I think that so many of us have so much resistance about talking about money, whether it's like because we have feelings of, that it's impolite or shameful or rude or, just scary or inappropriate to talk about money. First of all, do you guys agree with that? Does it make you uncomfortable talking about money? Did you see the title of this video and think, why is she talking about money? I think for me, for one thing, because most people who know me pretty well will know that I'm a relatively spiritually inclined person. And so maybe me of all people, it would seem really surprising to hear me talking about money. And that's understandable, but I think it's important that we talk about it because there's this energy of closed offness, this like pinched kind of sensation that so many of us have around our money relationship. And we won't be able to improve our relationship with money until we learn to get more comfortable in talking about it and exploring our money story. So I came here today to just kind of like open the floor and talk a little bit about money for anybody who is joining live and wants to get into this with me. But I also just wanted to kind of give you a little sneak preview into what we're doing in this mind over money blueprint workshop that I've been talking about a bit on my page. And I wanted to share it with you guys because I think since we don't talk about money and since so many of us don't even realize that we have a relationship with money, we don't even know what would go on in a class like that. And so we might not realize how it could help us. So first of all, I think the most important thing is to recognize that we have a relationship with money. We all do. And the easiest way for you to think about this is to imagine that your relationship with money is like a relationship with a friend or even a lover. So if you are thinking about it that way, think about the way that you talk about money or the way you treat your money, the way you use your money. And if your money was a person, would it like to be spent that way or used that way or talked about that way? Would it like to be in a relationship with you? And so, it's kind of weird to think about it that way, but it's sometimes easier to understand the energetic relationship that we have with money when you put it into that perspective of thinking about it like a person, because that's all it really is. It's like it's like a part of yourself. Your money it's just currency. So it's something that we can exchange with people and businesses that provide a service for us, right? And so when we do that, we're like giving a little piece of ourselves. And that's why it's so important for people who have a business to accept money for what they do. And when we make that exchange, when we give money, we're exchanging energy with somebody. So we're showing that they have value to us and that we want to share some of our value back with them. So, it's important to understand how it is like a piece of yourself. And we always want to be treating every part of ourselves with love and respect, right? So doing the money work starts to fall in really nicely and very importantly with all the other inner work that we're doing in our lives to make our world more abundant, to make our life more full, to improve our relationship with ourselves. So in this workshop that I wanted to kind of share a little piece of with you today, we're talking a lot about that relationship with money and our money story in particular. So, hi, Anne. Some of you who are watching may be in the workshop, and I know it's been so powerful for everybody who's in there already. And yeah, we're just like starting to understand more about like what are the thoughts and belief systems that I have put into place through my experiences from very early on in my life that have shaped the way I look at and feel about and treat my money, which is again like a part of myself. So some of us have shame around money, like we feel bad when we spend money on ourselves, or we're too afraid to begin with. We kind of hang on to it really tightly. Some of us overspend our money, and we you can spend your money emotionally, just like we eat emotionally sometimes. And again, that's like, it's not such a nice thing to do when you think about that being like a part of yourself that you're just like giving away from a place of being overly emotional. So, there are so many different belief systems around money that I don't deserve money, that people with a lot of money are bad. Some people would look at me even having this conversation talking about money as being bad because, some people say money is the root of all evil, which, I understand where that thought process comes from. But my belief system is that, yes, of course, like there's bad stuff that can happen when people get too attached to money. But at the same time, my vision for making the world a better place includes some really big goals and some really big gifts that I would love to give to all kinds of different like people and animals and environments and charities all over this planet. And so I recognize that in order to do the high impact work that I really want to do in this world, it's going to take a lot of money. So, that's not necessarily for my own benefit, that piece, but of course, I also love to travel, and I love to eat delicious foods, and I love to, share those experiences with others too. And so I've shifted my relationship with money and my view of money to the understanding that we need money. We all need it. and the more of it we have, the more opportunity we have to do really good things with it. And so it does not have to be the root of all evil. It can be the root of all our joy and the root of all kinds of healing for so many around the world. And that's why I think it's so important that we talk about this, because we do have good work we can do in this world. And those of us who have been so scared and shamed and resistant towards money are probably some of the people who would do the most good. And so I really want to speak to those people who have good hearts and want to do good things in this world, and really encourage you to change your relationship with money. So this workshop, we're really just kind of digging deep into those belief systems, those previous experiences that have led us to feel kind of pinched off in our relationship with money. And we're doing all kinds of cool practices and exercises and learning new tools to help us release those negative belief systems, release those sticky patterns and limitations, and to replace them with something really powerful and positive so that we can shape our relationship with money. We can make it better. So, just like I said, in a relationship with a person, you have to, if you've had bad relationships in the past, like so many of us have had, and you want to have good relationships in the future or in the now, you've got to be willing to do the work. You've got to be willing to look at what went wrong, look at where you learned those negative behavior patterns, and where that other person, look at all sides of the equation in order to understand what went wrong. And then figure out what you'd like it to look like in the future and do the processing work to get yourself where you want to go. So I really just wanted to share a little bit about that with you guys. And I hope that for anyone who hadn't really thought about this before, maybe it was helpful for you to think about your relationship with money in a different way. And if you are wanting to see what's going on in that workshop, the Mind Over Money Blueprint workshop, it's still ongoing and it's not too late to join because everything is recorded. So you can still join and just catch up on the videos at your own pace. You can comment here or send me a message if you want to be in on that. And if you have any questions about this work or how it happens, how is it that we break free from our limiting beliefs and our negative relationship with money, please feel free to ask me or share your story of like where you were and where you're headed or where you are now based on doing this kind of work, because I think it's so, so important to do. And, for me, it's just another piece of the inner work. I think I kind of already said that, but, so many of you who know me know that my background is in psychology and social work and healing of all kinds. And so throughout the course of my life, I've devoted all of my energy and resources to figuring out how we can heal ourselves. And, that started out with mental, emotional, and physical healing and spiritual healing, but it has developed. And I really want to help people heal all aspects of their life. And that certainly includes their financial wellness and financial stability and independence and all of that. And there's strategies there for getting your finances in order, of course, but I believe that this work is really at the root of it as well. So I just want to encourage all of you to take a closer look at this stuff. And as always, let me know if you have questions. I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day, and I'll check in with you soon.